honey, honey. You are my candy girl, and you got me.
My God, what have I gotten myself into? The movie starts with a horrendous version of the Archie song Sugar Sugar by someone who sounds like a bootleg version of Jim Croce.
Sugar, honey, honey.
It seems the big event happening in Riverdale is a 15-year high school reunion. Why does Mr. Weatherby look like he's related to Mr. Whipple? I knew it! For the next 5 minutes, we jump around to see how the characters are now. Veronica is still spending daddy's money wantonly and has been divorced about 3 times. Betty is a grade school teacher who's wearing a very questionable skirt with a fiancé who looks like a discount Fisher Stevens. What about Archie? Well, he's a lawyer in training and he's engaged to a horrible woman. How do we know she's horrible? She wants him to be responsible and wants him to throw away his Letterman jacket. That heathen. Don't worry, she won't appear for another hour after this. Someone's missing, but who could it be? Well, anyway, we see a scene with some schlub of a guy complaining about his ex-wife and kid. But in a twist, the guy on the couch complaining is the psychiatrist. And in a double twist, the doctor is Jughead. He just acts nothing like him, much like a certain show, Riverdale. There was a much better couch scene in the Hey Arnold, Hug on the Couch episode though. I was a bit confused at this point because I thought everyone had moved away from Riverdale, but I think per the movie, Archie and Betty never did. Well, one of the plots finally kick in when we learn that Pop's shop is in danger of being closed again. Wait, counting the comics and the TV shows, isn't this about the 8th time that plot's been done? And it looks like the plots of this film is to see if the gang can save Pop's shop, and will Archie finally nut up and pick Betty or Veronica. Wait, the governor from Benson is Mr. Lodge, and he gives the best performance in the film as well? Hey, do you want to see the worst character in the film? No? Too bad, it's Jughead's son. He's disrespectful to everyone from his father to Archie. He also tries to blow up a house, says creepy things to people, and he's in training to be a creeper. Also, he has no shame in being an unrepentant pervert. See the Betty exposed pain scene.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
I hate this little snot. I will admit, once Mr. Lodge is introduced into the film, the other actors start resembling the comic book characters. At about 30 minutes in, we learn that Reggie owns the building that Pop's shop is in and that he's evicting Pop. Archie confronts him and Reggie offers to pay for a new place for Pop and pay for his moving expenses. That actually makes sense and Pop would still be able to stay in town. Reggie and Pop get what they want, so why is this a problem? Wait a minute, Mr. Lodge is the big money behind Reggie? Over the next few minutes, we see Jughead doing a very bad rendition of Sugar Sugar. Not as bad as the beginning of the film or an infamous scene that's coming up. Also, Mr. Lodge is stalking his daughter in the night as she breaks into Archie's home for, just how long was he waiting out there? If she actually did do the deed, would he just be watching it by standing in the corner of a room? Also, what's his odd fascination with baseball?
Strike 1. Strike 2. Strike 3.
On a side note, the wig on Lauren Holly's head is ridiculous. At about 45 minutes in, I realized something important. I hate this film and I don't know if I have the strength to watch around 50 more minutes of this. The problem is the actors are playing characters that are supposed to be in their mid-30s, but they're still acting like they're in their teens. This wouldn't be a big issue if it was supposed to be in their 20s, but in your 30s, you should have it together better. Well, after an Archie and Betty near kiss tease, we see Mr. Lodge put his plan into motion to kill Archie. We get about 2 minutes of the laziest, uncontrollable car destroying everything in its path to the tune of The Barber of Seville. What? All this leads to a courtroom scene to save Pop's shop. I have to admit I didn't see that coming. Well, after that, Veronica throws a tantrum and we get a quick Archie-Veronica scene that's ADR'd horribly. Over the next few scenes, we see Archie and Jughead in a junkyard lament over the past and growing up, to have Archie getting evicted out of his house. This all leads to an infamous scene. Okay, so it's the early 1990s and a father is trying to bond with his son. How do you think he will do it? A sincere heart-to-heart. B, over old comic books. C, over a mutual love of a sport or a collectible. No, it's D, a horribly deliciously cheesy rap and dance that's been set up since the start of the film. It's one of the most enjoyable parts of the film. If it was at the start of the movie, it would have made the first half bearable. Here's a sample. Enjoy.
I kiss you, girl. Never knew how sweet a kiss could be. Then you laid your ever-loving stuff on me.
that, shaking that
stuff. I'm gonna rock the world complete. Rock it, move it, groove and say what? Pour a little sugar on it.
The one thing I do hate about this scene is from this point on, we're supposed to like the boy now. No, I'm not gonna forget everything he did in the past hour. This is like in Food Wars, where Erina is the worst person for 150 chapters, but what, now that we know she has a creepy father, that we should just let that slide? No. Also, on the side note, please, to the author of Food Wars, don't have Soma and Erina hook up by the end of the series. Okay, after a predictable conclusion to the courtroom drama and Reggie trying to make a moral deal with Archie, we're introduced to a new sport, what we call dodgeball hockey. Wait a minute, is that Discount Carl Weathers? This eventually leads to Betty surprising Archie to seduce him, only to have Veronica arrive to do the same thing about 3 minutes later while Betty is in the bathroom. Oh gee, I wonder what's gonna happen. Wait, Archie's fiance is here, and she arrives about a minute later after all this is happening. After Archie leaves Betty and Veronica to fend for themselves, he tells his fiance about Pop's situation and she asks, couldn't he just move to another location? Yes he could. Why is this character who barely makes an appearance in the movie the most sensible one? Well, we do finally get to see Jughead and Big Ethel meet after all these years. Well, later at the dance, wait, why is Mr. Webby and Miss Grundy almost always together? Is something going on between them? Uh-oh, the love rectangle rears its ugly head again. Okay, I know we're supposed to hate the fiancés, but they do make sense in what they say. Oh wait, it looks like Archie and Betty aren't going to have to worry about their fiancés anymore. How convenient. Well, the Archies play a song that isn't Sugar Sugar and it kinda sucks. This leads to a finale where everyone stands in the way of a bulldozer running down Pop's and Veronica is able to stop it, but not before a bomb is planted. Wait a minute, a bomb? I have to be honest, I didn't see that climax coming, but I should have since it was in the trailer. The film ends with everyone staying in Riverdale, in basically the same situation that they were 15 years prior. Smiles, everyone. Wait a minute, Dick produced this? So that's the movie, and with the exception of a couple of scenes, it wasn't good. The main problem is there weren't any real character arcs. Everyone reverted back to their younger selves. The comedy would have made more sense if the main cast were in high school, but by being in their 30s, it doesn't play well. It just comes off as overly juvenile. What's really funny though is this was a backdoor pilot for a proposed TV series. It of course didn't happen, and even if it did go to series, they stretched this concept as far as they could in this horrendous TV movie. If you are an Archie fan, only see this movie as a curiosity. If you want to get into Archie, then try the past comics, or heck, try the recent comics, especially the recent 2015 relaunch. Check out the previous cartoons like Archie Weird Mysteries, the new Archies, or the old 1960s to 70s TV shows. Heck, the new CW show Riverdale is a better representation of the Archie series than this film. Well, that's it for now. Until next time, please read more comics from around the world and watch more 2D and stop motion animation. Venture on.